Hi guys, I'm Mark Collier from theopenalgorithm.com, and today I'm going to be trying to clear up a question that a lot of webmasters have, and that is how many factors are there in the individual search engine's algorithms. So we'll start back at the basics, and the algorithms are how Google and Bing and Yahoo and Ask and Blecko decide what's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 when you do a search. And each algorithm is made up of a certain number of factors, so these are different things that they test so that they can decide what's number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So some of these things might be how quick your page loads, do you have the keyword that the user is searching for in the title or the URL or on the page or in the alt tag of an image. And they test all these things in pretty much seconds, and then they return the search result to you. Now, a while back, I forget exactly when, but a good while back, Google and Bing sort of went at it with the number of factors they have in their algorithm. Because Google came out, I think it was Matt Cutts in a PubCon interview or conference, or one of the conferences, who said that Google have 200 factors in their algorithm. I could be wrong in who said it, but certainly somebody from Google, head of something in Google, came out and said there was 200 factors in their algorithm. And that sort of sent sort of shockwaves around the industry. Now everybody knew how many factors there were. So Bing said, wait a minute, Google said they only have 200 factors. And then Bing came out and said, we have like 3,000 factors. And then the search industry said, okay, are Google behind, are Bing ahead, are they counting different things, whatever, okay? Then Google came out and said that their 200 factors, each factor is made up on average of 50 sub-factors. So what you end up with is 10,000 factors. So they went from 200 to 10,000, and Bing stayed constant on the 3,000. And this sort of War of the Worlds kind of thing, from War of the Search Engines, came out, and they were fighting over how many factors each search engine had. And our head engineer in Bing came out and said, something fairly sensible, and it was basically that they were counting different things. At Google were counting elements and factors, and Bing were counting factors and not elements, and really they didn't know what each search engine was counting, so that data wasn't clear and it wasn't correct, but it was relatively close. So you can be sure that there's around 10,000 factors, elements, 10,000 things that Google and Bing both test for each time they return a search result. So to clear it up is basically that there's 200 main factors, around 200 main factors in each algorithm. And then each factor is made up of 50 sub-factors. So if you take maybe something like social media influence, let's say one of the factors of the 200 was how much social media mentions, how many links, all that kind of stuff. How much social media influence goes towards X page versus Y page. And to measure that, maybe you give it out of 100, you might give it a ranking out of 100, and to make up that ranking out of 100, maybe you have 50 different things that you count, like how many links on Twitter, how many mentions on Twitter, does that website have a Twitter username, how many Facebook likes, how many shares of that URL, all those different things, and maybe count up around 50 of them, and then put that into a total factor, one factor, but behind that one factor is 50 sub-factors. So what you end up with is around 10,000 different things that a webmaster can do to influence how their ranking of their site works and how well it ranks. So really, as a webmaster, what you've got to focus on is finding as many of those 10,000 factors as possible. And that's what the Open Algorithm does. We're running a project and we do scientific analysis of these search engine algorithms, and then we're going to post all the new factors we find and the weighting of those factors in the search engine algorithms, so that webmasters like you can come, see what the factor is, then we'll write blog posts on how you can change your website for the better for that factor, and then you can go adjust your website, change your website, and make it rank better. And hopefully we're going to find as many of those 10,000 factors as possible. So if you want to stay updated on that project, go over to Twitter and follow us at Open Algorithms. Check us out on Facebook. Our Facebook page is The Open Algorithm, or head over to theopenalgorithm.com where you can subscribe to our email newsletter, or just check out our latest blog posts and news. Thanks for watching. Bye.